Story 1. My name's Tyler Green. I'm 29, from Ashland, Oregon. I moved back home last spring to take over my dad's old logging truck route. I thought it'd be quiet. Just me, the woods, some old gravel roads. I know this sounds crazy, but I can't get what happened out of my head. I was hauling logs one late May morning, like 4 a.m., heading down Forest Road 12. That trail's rough, like the GPS just gives up after mile 8. I'd been doing that route for months. Nothing felt off, but that morning, my radio cut. No static, just silence. I thought weird, but kept on. I know this sounds crazy, but maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But I swear, I saw a skinny guy standing by the trees. He wasn't wearing much, just jeans, no shirt, pale, arms locked, like, I can't even describe it. He didn't move, just stared. I didn't stop. I didn't want to. But I passed him, so I slowed, not stopped, and looked through the passenger window. Gone. No footprints. Nothing. My heart was pounding, but I shook it off. Right? Load's heavy. Keep moving. Then the radio came back. My dad's voice. You okay? It cut out mid-sentence. I answered anyway. Yeah, I'm static. Done. Lear, I hit a muddy patch, tires locked. I had to get out. Chocks, manual jack. I left the engine running. Inside the cab, I heard something. A tap. On the roof. Tap, tap. I looked up, but I melted. No one on the roof. My breath got loud. I heard dragging outside, the sound of gravel, slow, deliberate. I thought maybe I'd hit an animal, but when I got out, I didn't see anything. Just trees, mud, my hat lying in the dirt. My phone screen cracked. I didn't do that. I bagged the logs, got back in. I remember thinking, maybe I'm losing it. I've been driving too much. But then I glanced at the road. Farther down, a shape, a pale, naked torso, crouched by the ditch. I slammed the truck in reverse, tires spun. The thing darted up into trees. It slammed into the side. I heard the impact, the dent in the door, and a thud outside. But when I opened the door, again, nothing. No prints in the mud, just my hat and a smear of something dark red. I got home midday. Dad wasn't home. I grabbed a beer. I couldn't sleep that afternoon. I stared at the wall, kept thinking of that tap on the roof. Tap, tap. Then at dusk, the dog started whining. He doesn't usually. I followed him to the woodpile. There was a body, man curled up dead, shirtless, worse than pale, bruised, broken arms. Blood soaked the mulch. I screamed, called 911. They came, took the body away. No ID, no prints. That night, I lay awake. I kept hearing things. Twigs snapping at the window, scratching. The radio kicked on by itself at 3 a.m. A garbled voice, but I swear it sounded like my dad calling my name. I swear I couldn't go back to the route after that. I kept seeing the guy's figure at the edge of the driveway. No shirt, just jeans, watching. I tried to tell my boss. He thinks I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but a couple nights later, I woke to dripping blood. It was dripping from the bathroom fan. I opened the door. I'm not lying. It dripped on the tiles. Not much, but enough. I turned the fan off. The dripping stopped. I don't use that fan now. Tonight, I stayed in my truck, parked in the lot behind the station. It's 2 a.m. I've been trying to sleep. But then, tap on the roof. Tap, tap, tap. And a scraping, like nails on metal. I'm staring through the windshield. The trees are still. The radio is silent. I thought logging was simple. Just machines and wood. I know this sounds crazy, but I think something's following me. Something that doesn't want me to leave. Someone who's walking with the logs, watching me. I can't prove it. I don't know who that dead guy was. He never got identified. Some think he was a transient. But he wasn't naked and bleeding in the woods when I found him. He was hidden by that pile. Part of me is terrified to sleep. Another part is angry. What if it's messing with me, testing me? I can't stop staring at the mirror. My reflection looks different, strained. I haven't gone back on the road. I won't. Not tonight. This truck's quiet, empty, but I feel watched. I hear breathing beyond the engine. That tap could be any minute. Wouldn't surprise me. I called Dad. He said, "Come home." I can't do that. He doesn't know what it is. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but last time I called, I heard laughter. Quiet. Could have been the wind. Could have been that thing. I'm rambling. I know that. I shouldn't be online right now, but I can't sleep. If someone finds this, tell them. Don't go down Road 12 after dark. Don't get out of your truck. And if you hear tapping, don't look up. I didn't decide if I'm going back. I don't think I can. But now it's my truck. That dead guy's blood. The unknown watcher. I feel like I'm part of the woods now, tangled in it. And it's not letting go. I know this sounds crazy, but I can't shake it. Story 2. My name's Connor Miller. I'm 31, from Cascade, Idaho. I was on a solo hiking trip last October. Wanted to clear my head after my divorce. I packed light. Day pack, some snacks, headlamp, rain jacket. I know this sounds crazy, but things got twisted real quick. I started the Timber Ridge Trail around 9 a.m. Crisp air, golden leaves everywhere. It was peaceful. Exactly what I needed. I hit the halfway switchback by noon, sat on a rock to eat. The trail behind me was empty. Only thing parked before I left was an old Jeep with Oregon plates. Didn't think much of that. I noticed a faint branch of trail off the switchback. No sign, no marker. I thought, maybe that's why no one's here. Maybe a shortcut. I know it's stupid, but curiosity got me. I marked my seat with my jacket and stepped off. Where I stepped in felt softer, moss thick. I pushed through branches, and the forest got dark, like someone turned down the lights. Silence, not even birds. After 100 yards, I reached a tiny clearing. There was a tarp tied between trees, low, sagging, stained, muddy. Beneath it lay a backpack, unzipped, stuff spilling. Nothing personal, but a half-empty water bottle headlamp with a cracked lens. No sign who left it. I know this sounds crazy, but I felt like I shouldn't touch anything, like I just poked a nest. I stepped closer. On the ground, muddy boot prints, fresh. My pulse spiked. I thought, someone's here. I whispered to myself, "Get out, Connor." I turned, heard humming, faint, rhythmic, like a lullaby twisted. It stopped when I froze. I stood like an idiot for a minute. Should have run. I barely dared move, back toward the main trail. I reached where I'd sat earlier. My jacket was gone. Just gone. I've never dropped it. I scanned the trail. Nothing. Zero. No signs. Just trees closing in. I swallowed hard. Took out my phone. Dead. Not even 30%. I know this sounds crazy, but my hand shook so bad I dropped it. Screen cracked. I struggled to pick it up. Boot prints leading back off trail. My heart thumped. I ran back down the main path, thinking I'm imagining stuff. I mean, who camps without telling someone? But that humming and the boot prints. When I reached the waterfall clearing, I saw the pile of rocks I used to mark my stuff. They'd been kicked over. I knelt, touched one. Damp, fresh, like someone was watching me. Sun dipped behind trees. I felt my breath shorten, and then I found branches. Puncture marks on trees, not animal, deeper, human hand kind. Every few yards, it felt deliberate, like someone leaning, leaving a mark. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I swear they were arrows pointing deeper. I got freaked. I tried hiking out fast. It got steeper. Dusk, creeping. I thought I'd see my Jeep, but trail curved wrong. Map app was glitching. GPS bad. It got narrow. Pitch dark by 6 p.m. My headlamp died. I cursed myself. I could have sworn I had backup batteries, but I didn't. Just light of phone's cracked screen. That's when I heard footsteps behind me, crunching leaves, slow and steady, not random. I froze. Told myself that's a deer, but this felt wrong, human. I walked faster, then the hush, and slow click, another step. I started jog walking, heart in my ears. I slipped on wet leaves and punched my hand on a rock. Blood shot through my glove. I tasted copper. I scrambled up, wanted to yell, but I didn't. I thought any noise would draw them closer. I rounded a bend and saw it. Someone standing, maybe 20 feet ahead. Hooded, hunched, back to me. Jeans, jacket, no bag. Didn't move. I froze. Phone dropped again, and they hummed. That same lullaby tune I heard earlier. Clear as day. I know this sounds crazy, but I swear their voice was soft, childlike. I screamed, "Who the hell are you?" No reply. They turned slowly, face pale in the dying light. Eyes wide, no expression. I set off running, didn't look back. I snapped twigs under my boots. Branches whipped at me. I tripped again, cut my knee. Blood ran down inside my pants. I felt tears. I couldn't stop. The humming followed, echoing behind like my own footsteps. I hit the trailhead parking area around 7. My Jeep was gone. No other cars either. I checked under trailhead map. My jacket hung in the branches like someone tossed it up there. I grabbed it, damp, muddy, blood towards the hem. My blood? Don't know. Radio on in Jeep, static. I tried accident on 911, but call wouldn't go through. No coverage. So I drove, knee bleeding, vision blurry, headlights cutting through fog. I reached Cascade around 9 p.m. Came home, locked door. Tore everything off. Checked cuts in mirror. Nothing major, but deep enough. I washed and stitched loosely with thread. I wasn't thinking clear. Next day, I went back. Trailhead echoed. No tire tracks but mine. Hiked carefully. Waterfall. The tarp gone. Backpack gone. No boot prints that morning. Only snap of branches from small animals. Nothing else. I reported it to rangers. They told me no missing hiker, no campsite reported. They said area's quiet normally. Rarely anyone hikes alone after dusk. I know what I saw. Maybe I'm imagining. Maybe trauma, but I remember the humming and that face at dusk. I can't unsee it. Footstep sounds under my window last night, like something pacing outside. I live on edge now. Can't bring myself to go back on that trail. My phone camera shows static sometimes, at the edge of selfie mode. A blur behind me I can't explain. Blood stains on my jacket that don't match my own cuts. I told my mom I ghosted it. She said, "Be careful." I lied, said I'd be fine, but I'm not. I keep the curtains shut. I sleep with lights on. Every time I hear someone hum, just a door creak, wind, I freeze. Something's out there. I don't know what. I didn't bring death back from the woods. Just something watching. Maybe someday I'll go back with a group, but not yet. Not until I know why I heard that lullaby at dusk and why someone left my jacket in the trees. I know this sounds crazy, but I can't forget her face, and I don't think the woods are done with me yet. Story 3. My name's Dylan Hayes. I'm 27, from Boone County, Kentucky. I was on a weekend solo camping trip this July. Just me, a small tent, and Messenger Lake Trail. Wanted solitude after a breakup. I know this sounds crazy, but the forest got weird, and it didn't let me leave. I rolled into the trailhead Friday afternoon. Dirt parking lot, old ranger sign. I set up camp by the water's edge. Nothing fancy. Cooking spork, dehydrated meals, headlamp. No signal. Perfect isolation. I woke at 2 a.m. to rustling. I thought it was raccoons or deer, but this wasn't random. Snip snap, then pause. Snip snap, pause. Like someone tapping sticks. I grabbed my headlamp, clicked it on. pitch black beyond my little circle of light, except trees. I stared at nothing for minutes. Nothing moved. I let it go and slept fitfully. Next morning, I hiked deeper on the trail. Narrow, overgrowth closing in. I saw furniture, broken chair frame, weathered mattress half buried. Didn't match typical dispersed camping. Felt like trespassing in someone's den. I snapped a picture, but phone glitched. Still, I pocketed it. Felt wrong leaving it. Around noon, I came to a blood-stained rock near the creek. Dark red dried streaks. I knelt, sniffed. Metal. Fresh enough to wilt my stomach. I know this sounds crazy, but I thought maybe an animal or a hunter hurt themselves. But no gear, no backpack, just blood. I half expected to see it drip fresh. Didn't. I doubled back, deciding to head out early. Then I heard humming, low, melodic, so soft I thought I imagined it. I stopped, headlamp off, breath catching. The hum stopped. I froze like an idiot. Nothing. I kept walking, chest tight. By late afternoon, I found a makeshift shrine, sticks arranged in a circle, string of deer bones, scraps of red cloth tied to branches. I almost puked. Who builds a shrine by a forest creek? My pulse thudded. I remember thinking, maybe I'm insane. Maybe it's just art. Then my compass spun. Weird magnetic shift. My trail app showed I was still heading west, but I followed the shrine area and ended up off trail. GPS pinged erratically. Trees all looked same. My heart sank. I tried to backtrack, but everything blurred. Evening closed in. I could barely find my tent. Got lost under fading light. Headlamp flickering. I followed a small slope toward what I thought was the lake. Only it brought me to that broken chair and mattress again. Over and over. I circled in horror. I crouched behind some ferns, poked phone screen. 30%. Enough to call. I dialed 911. No service. Of course. I tried again. Nada. I exhaled slowly, only to hear growl behind me, low and guttural. Not animal. Human. Something else. I don't know why I stood up slowly. Lightest movement, branches snapping underfoot. I spun my headlamp. No one, but I smelled copper. Blood again. I stumbled back into the chair clearing. Found a footprint. Size 11. Deep red smear in the mud. Not mine. Night fell fully. I ran toward the faint lake noise, but then I saw movement. Shadow beyond tree line. Lean figure, hunched, motionless. Jeans, red cloth wrapped around the arm. No shirt, pale. I froze. It raised a hand to its head, like it was scratching, mocking. I ran. Twigs slapped at me. Branches grabbed my clothes. I tripped and hit my chin on a rock. Cut it open. Warm trickle. I spat blood. Taste metal. I hiked upward toward trail sign lights overhead, but got tangled again and ended up downhill, away from road. That's when I heard laughter. Not full laugh, a low rasp like wind through leaves, but amused. I screamed something I didn't mean. Silence. Then humming. The same melody, but slower. I got to a clearing. Spotty moonlight. There was the shrine again. Deer bone necklace hanging. And there was a body. Face down, soaked in red. Dressed in a flannel shirt and jeans. Shirtless by now. The blood was fresh, deep red, pooling. No face visible. Neck broken, I think. I backed off, vomited. Didn't know whose body. Didn't want to know. I stumbled to my tent, somewhere nearby. Packed it fast. Threw gear into my car. Folded the chair and mattress in the trunk. I didn't care. I drove out on the rocky trail, headlights off to avoid glare. Mirrors held steady, nothing behind. I didn't stop until I hit a signal. At the booth checkpoint, I told the ranger there was a death. He said, "Which trail?" I told him the name. He didn't look surprised. He said they'd send someone in morning. I couldn't go back. He offered me coffee, didn't press. Now it's Saturday night. I'm home. I'm haunted. I keep dreaming. I hum that lullaby. My chin cut reopened when I yawned today. Blood on my pillow. I showed the pictures to a detective friend. He said footprints matched a missing hiker from last month. 32-year-old male reported missing. He disappeared on my trail. Still no body found. Until now, maybe they do. Bless him, but cursed whoever built that shrine. I can't shake images. The broken shrine, laughter in dark, that pale shirtless figure. I keep hearing tapping outside my apartment. Tap, tap, like someone wants in. Wouldn't surprise me. I told my boss I took emergency leave. I lied to family from forest meditation. I didn't say anything about blood or body. They don't need that. I know this sounds crazy. I might be going insane. I haven't gone back. I don't plan to, but I feel its eyes on me, watching me from somewhere between trees and darkness. If you're ever on Messenger Lake Trail and you hear humming at dusk, don't follow it. Don't look for shrines. Just leave. Don't go deeper. I can't erase it. The body, the taps, that humming lullaby. The world feels different now, like I carry something back. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I swear I saw him smiling at me, under moonlight, before I fled. But you follow me in dreams, and I can't escape the forest. I feel it closer every night.